Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree?
Yes.
You are knowing what you are wanting? Are you enjoying that it changes? You are appreciating the contrast of your time and place? We're just feeling you. When you say sometimes you appreciate the contrast more than others, what you mean is, the less contrast there is, the more I appreciate it. And the more contrast there is, the more I sometimes feel, like so many other fellow humans, that I would like to then control the conditions that I observe, and in the limiting of those bad things, then I will feel better. And we notice that when you are looking at something that makes you feel good, you are pleased with that. And when you are looking at something that makes you feel bad, it is not such a pleasing experience. But we want to assist you with resisting the temptation to attempt the impossible. Because when you decide that the way to get to feeling better is by controlling conditions, limiting those things that you do not like, narrowing your scope, protecting yourself, putting yourself into a sort of safe harbor where you will not be so likely to run into or to observe or to participate in anything that is unpleasing to you. We want you to resist that temptation because ultimately, if that is your choice, you do not allow yourself the opportunity to give birth to the desire in the way that you've intended. And there is yet another way, a far more efficient way, effective way, delicious way of getting into that good feeling place. Rather than attempting the impossible to limit the conditions, why not just adjust your own vibration? When you say, no, Abraham, my experience depends on theirs, so I've got to influence them, I've got to persuade them, I've got to indoctrinate them, or I have to contain them, we say, your joy will be a long time in coming. Because those rebellious creatures are being born in every day with different intentions than your own. You did not say from your non-physical perspective, I'll go forth and convince them to want as I want. You were not in a position to conclude that your personal preferences were the only right ones and that all others should be tossed out. It's like the chef in the well-stocked kitchen who says, I only need a handful of ingredients to create my perfect pie. And through trial and error, I've chosen this and this and this and this, and now I would like all things that I do not choose to be thrown out of the kitchen. And we say, why not leave them there for other cooks? And you say, oh, I know where that leads. For surely, if it is allowed to remain, some of it will get into my pie. And we say, not really. You are the only one who can put anything in your pie. And you say, yes, but just the fact that there are other unwanted things out there, I stand the risk of contaminating my own pie. And we say, not really. You are the only one that can invite anything into your pie. Oh, I've been there, you say. They will try to influence me. They will try to convince me that their pie is better than my pie. I don't want any confusion. I just want my pie. And we say, we agree. Make your pie. And you say, but I'm worried about that stuff over there getting in my pie. And in your worry, it gets in your pie. And then you say, see, I told you. If that stuff were allowed to exist, it would end up in my pie. And I was right. It's in my pie. Someone should do something about that. And we say, the only one who can do anything about it is you. You're the only one that can put it in your pie. But I didn't want it in my pie. Why is it in my pie? Because you've given so much attention to it being in your pie. You've achieved vibrational harmony with this thing that you do not want, and now it's in your pie. But wouldn't it have been just easier to throw it out of the kitchen to begin with? I mean, you say, if I had not seen it, if I had not known about it, if they were not pushing it, if it were not in the kitchen, it could not have possibly gotten into my pie. And we say to you, it is our promise that a limiting of the ingredients that make up this magnificent time-space reality is not your answer. A direction of your thought, a direction of that which you give your attention to, and a continual awareness of how you feel as you are giving your attention, that is the answer. You are focused, we all are, in a vibrational universe. And it is a wonderful thing to be in this time-space reality, here in your bodies, truly on the leading edge of thought. You said, from your non-physical perspective, prior to coming forth into this body, and even now that part of you knows it and continues to say it, this is the best creative experience that I've ever known. To be physically focused on the leading edge, deciphering magnificent contrast for the purpose of taking thought beyond that which it has been before, and then coupling my newfound desire with the vibration of source. Nothing in all the universe is more delicious than that in a moment-to-moment experience. Sometimes we see you. You are deciphering contrast in a magnificent way. We like to put it in this expression. You are using the fertile fields of contrast and you are mining them for nuggets of desire. And when the desire is born within you and you feel the clarity of that desire, we call it a rocket of desire because it is usually a rather brief experience. That rocket of desire bursts forth out of you, but it is fleeting. It is something that was born from the clarity of your moment. You know more clearly what you do want, more clearly than ever when you are in the moment of knowing what you don't want. In other words, that clarity comes forth powerfully within you. But also in that awareness of what you do not want is a vibration that hinders what you do want. And so in that birthing of desire, there is always a pure rocket for a moment and then a sort of muddy mixture of vibration. And the sooner you get out of the muddy mixture into the clarity of what you want, the sooner you align your vibration with your desire, and then law of attraction, the manager of all things, puts you and your desire in the same place. It is a magical, wonderful unfolding. But if you give birth to a rocket of desire and then stand with the dominant thought relative to that subject, being still upon not having that desire, then that dominant thought will hold you, as long as that is the dominant thought, apart from your own desire. Now, when we talk about a dominant thought, we really want to visit this subject fully here today, because many of you have been studying science of deliberate creation with us for a while. And you are understanding our new expression of art of allowing. In other words, you are beginning to get it, that your work is to allow the well-being that is natural unto you. When we talk about dominant thought, we want you to consider that every subject that comes up, your body, your primary relationship or relationships, your relationship with dollars, your financial well-being, your physical health regarding body, your relationship with your government or with your community, every primary subject that is within your view, you hold a dominant vibrational pattern of thought. And whatever that dominant vibrational pattern of thought is what's manifesting all over the place for you. So, for example, let's say that you've been inspired by a new friend that you've met or by some introduction to something in your physical environment, to a keen awareness that you really, really, really want a stronger financial footing. You want more money. You want a better lifestyle. You want more luxury around you, or you want more time freedom that you associate with money. In other words, you want more money. It's clear to you. You want more money. You would tell anyone easily, I want more money. The question that we would put to you is, where is your dominant vibration relative to the subject of allowing money into your experience? In other words, when you think about money, does it feel more like shortage or not enoughness? Here's a better way of putting it. When you think about money, does it feel more like insecurity, or does it feel more like security? Does it feel more like a little fluttering, fearful feeling, or does it feel more like exhilaration? Every one of you, with no exception, can answer that question easily. And as you answer the question, you know whether the dominant vibration within you is about your desire or is about whatever contrasting experience caused you to formulate that desire. In other words, you can tell. Let's take the subject of your primary relationship. Maybe it's a mate, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a child. When you think about that relationship, does the feeling that overwhelms you feel like fun or like work? Does the feeling that comes over you feel like exhilaration, anticipation, or does it feel like struggle? Does it feel like freedom or does it feel like bondage? When you think about your body and you think about the subject of physical weight, does it feel like fit or does it feel like fat? How do you feel? In other words, you know the way that it feels. So what we are saying to you is, it's possible, it's probable, well, it's pretty sure thing, that on some of these subjects, your dominant vibration is not in harmony with your own desire. And it has to be in order for your own desire to be. In other words, if you have things you want that you verbalize from time to time, and those things are slow in coming, it's because your dominant vibration does not match your desire. The way you make a dominant vibration is just through attention to it. It's through steady attention to it. That's how it became a dominant vibration to begin with. Only most of you, and here's the really good news, most of you established your dominant vibrations over time. They're easy to change with focus. Or you established your dominant vibration with some very impressive happening. Something happened that really got your attention, and even though it didn't really get your attention for a long period of time, while it had your attention, it really had your attention. So, we want you to begin to understand that your dominant vibrations are easy to identify and they're easy to change. And once you accept that, then you can just make up your mind what you want relative to anything, make it your dominant vibration, and we'll show you how to do in many ways here today. We'll show you how to do that. And then you're off and running toward more contrast that gives birth to more desires that probably won't match your dominant vibration in the beginning, but no big deal. You can, with very little effort, far less than you think right now, change your dominant vibration so that it matches your desire. And that is really what deliberate creating is. It's vibrating on purpose. First, you have to be aware of what your vibration is. That's where your emotions come in. And then you have to change the vibration so that it pleases you. And that's where focus or concentration or maybe a little willpower come in. It is not a difficult thing. As Esther gets ready to come to allow Abraham to visit with you through her interpretation, she always sits and quiets her mind. So as Esther sat to meditate, to quiet her mind with the intent of raising vibration, a thought kept coming into her mind. And she would breathe more, try to relax more, focus on the hum in the air conditioner more.